Hey guys, Deborah with Pinching Pesos here, and I normally shoot all of my videos with Screencast-O-Matic, but I decided to go ahead and just shoot it through YouTube today, so it actually came out as a live event. So if there are any questions that come up, I didn't advertise anything that I was doing anything live, so I'm pretty sure there won't even be anybody in the chat. But if there happens to be anybody in the chat, I guess there'll be questions, but I doubt it because I didn't promote anything. So anyway, what I wanted to do today is talk about my business. Like you care, right? You know, but it helps me to vocalize things, and I kind of get my thoughts together whenever I talk through situations, and so that's kind of what I'm doing now. Over the last 2 weeks, I've done a lot of things that had to do with like my understanding my business. So I took off for a week. I totally took vacation, which I've never done before. And I kind of reevaluated things as far as like what I wanted to do, where my heart really was, where my mind really was, and why was I so miserable. So outside of the normal chaos that I had going on for like 7 months, where my life was just really stressful and hard, outside of all of that, there was another aspect to like my business about like what was I really doing, and where did I really want to be, you know? And so it gave me a chance in the last 2 weeks to kind of just sit down and evaluate what was going on. And what I realized was I turned my business that I loved. I love going treasure hunting. I love finding those things that are, you know, they're $5 and you sell them for $100. You know, those are the woohoos of the world. You know, the yay that you type up a Facebook post about it and you, you know, put it on your Twitter or whatever. I mean, you're excited. I took my business that I loved and I turned it into a job. And I never wanted a job. I didn't want a job. I've been a business owner pretty much for the last 12 years. And even in between when I was working very flexible positions. I was a merchandiser, so I basically set my own schedule. I was my own boss. So I took my business and I turned it into a job that I never wanted. So I did something yesterday, well, day before yesterday. I took all of those pallet rejects that I just got 2 weeks ago. I took 3 boxes of them and sent them off to another reseller who doesn't have access to as many stores as I do. They only have one store. They've got one store in their whole little area. And I was like, you know, I have 50 stores to go through from. I would much rather somebody else get these items than me. You know, I hate them. I thought they were, I called them soulless, basically, is what I called them. I called them soulless because it was like, you know, private label, cheap Chinese, you know, phone cases and power banks and just like stuff like this, you know, like phone accessories, and there was just nothing fun about that. I never wanted that kind of business. What I did is I made a mistake of not following my own advice. Normally, what I tell people is don't make other people's businesses your business, right? Don't try to make your business somebody else's. Like just because you see Ronnie Hart selling really high-end clothing, that doesn't mean that you need to go start selling those things. Or just because you see golden finger picker, going and buying vintage radios. That doesn't mean that you need to be selling those kind of things. And I've said that before about like not needing to put your hands on all the cookies, like you don't need to put your hands on all the cookies. You don't need to sell everything just because it's there. What I ended up doing is making a successful reseller that I know who started buying pallets. I thought about it and I was like, I could do that. I can sell those things. I can buy those things and sell those things and be just as successful as he is, which I can. Problem is, his business is not my business. I don't want to sell those things. It's not fun. He thinks it's fun. He enjoys the process. He has an end game that he is totally, in, and my end game and his end game are not the same. And our personalities aren't the same. I need those yays. I need where I go to the thrift store and I spend $4 on a video game and I sell it for $100. I need those things. So I talked to my husband about it, who doesn't know a lot about my business. He doesn't know the ins and outs of it. He just knows I buy things at the thrift store and I sell things, and that's what I've been doing the last 5 years. And he's totally fine with it because he needs me to be flexible. But my husband said, he goes, you were doing a lot better when you were just going to Goodwill and buying things. He goes, you made more money. You weren't working as hard. You weren't stressed out. And I'm like, for somebody that's on the outside that doesn't even really know about my business, for them to be able to recognize what I wasn't recognizing, that really says a lot. So I have decided to get back to my roots. I've decided to go back to the business that I had before I tried to make somebody else's business my business. And basically get back into parts, because that was my bread and butter. I had no problem doing parts. Parts might be boring, like there's nothing like exciting about them, but they serve a purpose. The customers that are buying them, you're providing them a service. They need that thing. A part is something that you need. It's not a want. It's like something that you need to fix something that you have. So I'm going to go back into selling parts because that was my bread and butter, and it's super simple. It's really not, it's not stressful. And what it does is when you have a bread and butter that's not stressful, then it gives you time to go find the treasures, to go treasure hunt and hit more stores. I used to go hit like 5 stores in a day because I would beeline to the appliances, find the ones that were, gonna make me money, make my day worthwhile, make me money, and then I could go kind of just look around, and all I would pick up were the winners of the store. Now what I've been doing is I go to the store and I spend like 5 hours there because I'm pecking and pecking and pecking for profits. I'm pecking for profits. I'm going to try to find every little piece of money I can in that store. Bullshit. That's a waste of my time. So I'm going back where I'm just going to beeline to the appliances, and things that I know, like plush. I totally enjoyed going and buying all of that plush. I had it processed within 2 days, and I'm not saying it was 2 days, 10 hours a day. I mean, it took me probably 4 hours to list 42 pieces of plush. Come on, it was super easy. And they're super easy to ship. Like, there's really not a whole lot to it. And I had a blast doing that. I was so happy to get back to doing that kind of thing. And that's what I want to do. It's totally awesome to pay like 50 cents for something, you sell it for $40, and you stick it in a poly mailer and send it on its way. It's like totally stress-free. I'm going to stop for a second because I have a couple in the chat. Okay. I'm not trying to ignore you guys in the chat, but I wasn't like but hi everybody. So that's what I'm doing. And boxing up those things that I sent off to that other reseller, those 3 boxes, I felt like I put all of the weight of the world that was on my shoulders in those boxes and just sent them on their way. And I know he'll make money on them. And I don't have, like, look, wait, there's like, hold on. Look, there's floor down there. You see that? Yeah, there's floor. I have a floor. And there's Malcolm right there. So he'll be able to come back out into the world. So yeah, I'm really excited, y'all. I'm like so relieved and happy and just ready. So I have things in my car that I bought the other day that I didn't even get to list yet or take out of my car because I had all of those boxes stacked up. I don't know if y'all saw, but all of those boxes stacked up. I couldn't even move in here. So I'm going to get those out of my car. So you'll have a haul video coming up, I don't know, tomorrow. It's some really great stuff. I spent $140. So I need to get it out of my car and get it listed. But one of the things I bought was this game. So if I can sell it for $50 on eBay or $100 on Amazon, and you know, I spent $150 at the store and I've got probably $500 worth of stuff in the car. That's the business I want. That's the business that I love. You know, that's my eBay, you know. So anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know what I had going on, what's going on in my brain and where I'm at. And I feel so much better. Like I feel like the possibilities are out there, you know, like I need to go and do things. So anyway, that was it. So that's all I wanted to really kind of touch base, I guess, on. I will be doing a listing contest. Like I want to do an actual like listing contest. I don't know why my brain thought there was another word. There's not one. That's just contest. Where there's an actual prize. So not just like, oh yay, I listed all the things, but no, an actual prize. And you will be setting your own goals. So I'm not going to make the goal for you. You set your own goal. If you reach your goal, you feel like you met your goal, then hey, then you made it for that day. If your goal is 1 listing, kudos to you, get your 1 listing done. So I'm going to do a listing challenge. I'll get that put together, I guess Monday. And that way we can get to rocking and rolling together, you know? I mean, why not? I also wanted to ask you guys what you thought about me turning my Pinching Pesos. Right now my Facebook page, the Pinching Pesos Facebook page, is actually like my business page. It's for my store. But I don't think I've ever gotten a customer off of there. So I don't know what you guys think about me actually just making that like the place where, because I don't post my YouTube videos anywhere because I don't feel like I need to promote them. Everything just kind of goes organically through. Like I'm surprised I have 20 people watching right now because I didn't promote this at all. I totally just didn't feel like putting up the recorder, and so I went live instead of setting up a recorder for it to upload. So I'm totally shocked that there's like 21 people watching when I didn't advertise anything. So so since I don't advertise anything, I thought maybe, because I don't want to like junk up the $1,500 room, you know, or whatever, or the stew, you know, with, oh, look at my YouTube or whatever. So I thought about changing the Pinching Pesos store Facebook page to an actual like Pinching Pesos page where stuff like the contest, you know, things like the listing challenge and video updates and stuff like that would go. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I was thinking about doing that because it doesn't people contact me over there, and I try to tell them like, oh, don't contact me over there because that's for my store, and I don't really want my customers to know about my YouTube, because you don't want to buy something and then there's like a video where it shows you dollars for it. But I don't think I get customers over there, so I think I might just change it, because I have the $1,500 room, but the $1,500 room isn't for everyone, and you know, I don't want it to get like junked up with like, hey, look, Deb's got another video. You know, like if you're on the Pinching Pesos page, then I guess that you would expect that, you know, like you're going to expect that that's what's going to be there. So I think that's what I'll do. And that way everything's just kind of like in one place. This is why I do videos, because I work out things. This is what I was saying earlier. Like I work out what's in my brain. If it comes out of my mouth, I can, it's like I'm talking to myself and solving my own problem. So, but anyway, yeah, so that's it. That's, I think all I wanted to say was that I'm super, super duper happy, you guys, and very excited for the near future of my business, because I got sourcing to do, and there'll be some pretty fantastic haul videos coming, because I always find great stuff. I have to admit, I find some great stuff. So anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks everybody in the chat. I can't believe y'all all showed up. That's pretty awesome. I tried out Facebook Live earlier because I saw that I finally had the option on my phone. That was another reason why I thought about doing the Pinching Pesos page, was because then I could do Facebook Live on the page, you know, and that would be kind of an appropriate place to be. So, but anyway, that's it for today. Love you guys. Y'all are so awesome.